Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. Today, we are going to be exploring an altcoin that I believe you should have on your watch list, ready to buy when you think the bottom of this bear market is in. We're going to be diving into it in this video. As you can see behind me, we're not going to waste any time here. We're going to be getting straight into it. We have a map of zones, which is giving you a visual representation of the Cosmos ecosystem. You guys will know by now that I'm extremely bullish on Cosmos. I think this concept of layer zero is revolutionary and is the kind of natural evolution of blockchain. Cosmos are essentially allowing people to not only build a DApp, a decentralized application, like your layer one competitors like Ethereum, Solana, and so on and so forth, but actually build your own sovereign individual blockchain utilizing the proof of stake consensus that Cosmos has to offer, also the interoperability and the interchain security. You know, Cosmos is really doing things in a different way, which I love to see as somebody that's been in this space for quite a while and has seen continuous repeats of the same product, just on a different chain or with a different name. So the coin that we're going to talk about today is, of course, a part of this Cosmos ecosystem, and it is EVMOS, one of the largest zones or one of the largest chains on top of Cosmos. And how I like to think of EVMOS, and we're going to get into it, and we're going to be explaining what EVMOS is and why I'm such a fan of it, is they kind of beat Ethereum to merge. So they are, the word EVMOS comes from Ethereum virtual machine, which is essentially the building protocol or the building tool that you use to build the language that you use to build on top of Ethereum, plus Cosmos. So they were an Ethereum virtual machine proof of stake chain before Ethereum 2.0 was even launched. And we know the Ethereum merge was the move from Ethereum, from proof of work to proof of stake. You know, the natural evolution of the cryptocurrency market had Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then we've got all these sort of new and exciting layer ones, and now we've got layer zeros like Cosmos. And EVMOS, for all intents and purposes, is a layer one, an Ethereum Solana competitor, and any layer one really smart contracts, DApp, deploying chain competitor that has everything that Cosmos has to offer, plus the sort of accessibility and usability that Ethereum has to offer. You know, it's scalable. It has so many benefits for being built on top of Cosmos. This gets me really excited because we know Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency out there and is the most developed on, has the most developers, has the biggest ecosystem. Well, I think that EVMOS potentially stands a good chance of capturing quite a bit of that market share, because it's very easy for Ethereum developers to use EVMOS because they'll be familiar. It's not any kind of hardened EVM or anything like that. It is literally the vanilla EVM that they use, which is going to allow easeability for developers porting over to this chain and sort of, you know, really utilizing what Cosmos and EVMOS have to offer. So let's get into it, guys. The new frontier. EVMOS is bringing the world of Ethereum-based applications and assets to the interoperable network of the Cosmos ecosystem, all while aligning developers and user incentives. Let's adventure together into the world of innovation where EVM meets interchain composability. So this is where the name, of course, EVMOS comes from, EVM plus Cosmos. And what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to get a nice explanation of, or a broad explanation of what EVMOS is, some of the use cases, then we'll take a little bit of a look at the tokenomics. Remember, this is not a coin that I'm currently buying. I think you're going to get EVMOS significantly cheaper than it currently is today. And in actual fact, you know, it's a lot cheaper than when it launched. It was $4.20 at one point. It's now $1.64. I can see this potentially coming sub $1. Sorry for any EVMOS holders there. Many of you guys would have actually received the EVMOS airdrop being Cosmos stakers. But let's not waste any more time, guys. We will get onto the tokenomics. So what is EVMOS? EVMOS is a scalable, high-throughput proof-of-stake blockchain that is fully compatible and interoperable with Ethereum. So there's something else that EVMOS brings to the table here, and that is their compatibility with Ethereum. They can almost be potentially like the bridge to Ethereum that will allow Ethereum to come into the Cosmos ecosystem and then have the whole interoperability. So there's lots of reasons to be bullish on this project, which we'll kind of touch on. It's built using the Cosmos SDK, which runs on top of a Tendermint Core consensus engine. So this is where it gets its proof of stake from, holding up the EVM programming. EVMOS allows for running vanilla Ethereum as a Cosmos application-specific blockchain. This allows developers to have all the desired features of Ethereum while at the same time benefit from Tendermint's proof-of-stake implementation. Also, because it is built on top of Cosmos SDK, it will be able to exchange value with the rest of the Cosmos ecosystem through the inter-blockchain communication protocol. Some of the features, here's a glance at some of the key features of EVMOS. It's got Web3 and EVM compatibility, high throughput via Tendermint's core, horizontal scalability via IBC. We're going to do a whole video on IBC, guys, because they touched on it a little bit in the Atom 2.0 white paper. But there are actually many, and I think people are waking up to these benefits of building on top of Cosmos. One being that it's inherently more scalable than building on top of Ethereum or some of these other layer ones. Fast transaction finality. EVMOS enables these key features. Implementation of Tendermint's core application-based interface, ABCI for short, to manage the blockchain, leveraging modules and other mechanisms implemented by the Cosmos SDK, utilizing GETH as a library to promote code reused and improved maintainability, exposure to a fully compatible Web3 layer for interchain with existing Ethereum clients and tooling, MetaMask, Remix, Truffle, so on. So you can essentially, just like anything that's EVM, you'll be able to port onto MetaMask. You know, so you can have a MetaMask wallet. You know, they do have a number of their own wallets. Of course, we've got the Kepler wallet for Cosmos and its ecosystem. But you can kind of see why this is such an exciting blockchain. And it's only just getting off the ground. It wasn't that long that EVMOS actually launched. They have a total supply of 1 billion tokens. The current circulating supply is 300 million. So we've got about 1/3 of the supply currently out there. So there's still another 2/3 to come. It is quite inflationary. In fact, it is very inflationary. However, there are talks about this, and we will do a separate video on the tokenomics. This was really just an introduction into EVMOS. There are mechanisms that will sort of bring that down. And there's huge incentives for holding EVMOS, actually using it. Not only is it the sort of core centerpiece of this EVMOS layer 1 blockchain, which I think is going to have quite a lot of demand, but there's also, you know, not only is it used, there's also value in actually holding the token and staking it and sort of securing EVMOS with it. So super exciting. Let's take a look at some use cases. So the EVMOS blockchain provides Ethereum developers to deploy their smart contracts via the EVMOS EVM and get the benefits of fast finality proof of stake chains. Developers will also benefit from highly reliable clients from the testnet. Can be used to test and deploy their contracts. EVMOS also offers built-in interoperability functionality with the other Cosmos and BFT chains by using IBC. Developers can also benefit from using a bridge network to enable interoperability between mainnet, Ethereum, and EVMOS. So there's lots. Again, not only do they bridge that gap from Ethereum into the Cosmos ecosystem, where you can interact with all these other blockchains inherently that are also built on Cosmos, but you know, it offers a lot itself in terms of what you can actually do with it. You can do basically everything you can do on Ethereum with it. In fact, you even use the same tooling kit. You have higher throughput, higher finality, and a number of other things, and also you get that interoperable exposure to all these other chains. This is the current ecosystem. You can see Anchor Protocol. So one thing that you'll find, lots of people don't realize that TERRA was actually built on top of or used part of Cosmos's ecosystem. TERRA got to $30-40 billion in terms of market cap. In my opinion, you're probably going to see that rise again from one of these tokens that are built on top of Cosmos. Just picking the right one is going to be crucial, and EVMOS actually has good credibility to potentially be that. That's not a price prediction. I honestly couldn't tell you where the price is going to go. I just know I'm damn bullish on it, and certainly if I can get this coin for as cheap as I think I can, you know, I think you're setting yourself up for some serious gains into the future. So you can see, you know, if we look at their DeFi, this is just getting started. It's still a very new chain, guys, but already has demand for people building on top of it. You know, you got your infrastructure tools, Band Protocol they're partnered with. I assume Chainlink will also be a partner of theirs, although I'm not 100% sure. Not looked into Band Protocol in an awful long time. They're a Chainlink competitor. You can see you've got your wallets here. Of course, you've got Kepler, MetaMask, so it's always nice for people that are friendly with Ethereum, also Trust Wallet. You've got NFT starting to kick off. It is, for all intensive purposes, guys, its own layer one blockchain. I think it's going to do very, very, very well, certainly given how small it currently is in terms of market cap. Again, I want to stress this. I'm not a buyer here. I do think it's going to come significantly lower. However, long term, certainly if we can get this coin for as cheap as we think we can, it's probably going to do very well. Certainly when this market turns around, I think something like EVMOS has a real use case and application in the blockchain space, and is doing something different, and is actually, you know, merging two kinds of technologies together to create, in many ways, an advanced version of them both on their own. That is all I've got for you in this video, guys. If you've enjoyed this content, a like is always appreciated. So as a comment, let me know in the comment sections your thought on EVMOS. I'm going to leave you on that note. See you in the next YouTube video.